But we have some pretty interesting Godzilla versus Kong news. And
Ooh, let's hear that.
I've been waiting to pick your brain about this for a couple days since I saw it. So this comes from Screen Rant. Godzilla vs. Kong's Mecha-Titan is made from Ghidorah's head confirmed. A recent report from the set of Godzilla vs. Kong confirmed that a new version of Mecha King Ghidorah seems to be coming to the Monsterverse. Now, I know watching the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer for the first time, and from everything we've heard, I've been pretty set in stone that we're going to see a Mecha Godzilla. That's been my train of thought since the day we first did that trailer reaction and watched it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, they pretty much just showed him coming out
Right,
of that mountain
they
or
pretty
whatever
much did.
explosion.
But then, of course, you read on in this article, Godzilla vs. Kong's mysterious Mecha-Titan is confirmed to be tied to King Ghidorah's severed head, suggesting that a new version of Mecha Ghidorah is entering the Monsterverse. The film's trailers have hinted at a cybernetic kaiju of some sort entering the fray, which many fans believe to be Mecha Godzilla. However, it seems that a different robotic monster from the Toho canon is making its way to Godzilla vs. Kong. With no new Monsterverse films announced after Godzilla vs. Kong, many have wondered what the next primary foe or storyline will be, and the hints of a Mecha-Titan of some sort tied to the mysterious Apex group have produced one of the more popular fan theories that Mecha-Godzilla will enter the fray as the next significant threat. Now, you know, they read on to talk about the set visit. Collider confirmed that the existence of a Mecha-Titan with King Ghidorah's head. We walked onto the set and there was a gigantic Ghidorah skull that had been wired up and made technological. Collider's Matt Goldberg wrote, "It's one of the cooler sets I've been on, and it looks like they took the organic matter of Ghidorah and mechanized it into some new kind of mechanized creature." I'm starting to wonder if it's going to be a Mecha Ghidorah and not Mecha Godzilla. What do you think?
I know. I think I mean, obviously, it has to be Mecha Godzilla because the toys are already out. Like, that was not supposed to be leaked. That was not supposed to be
Wasn't
shown
supposed
yet.
to be out.
And yeah, it wasn't supposed to be out. So I'm pretty sure it's official. It's gonna be Mecha Godzilla. But I think that I think Mecha Godzilla is just the tip of the iceberg of what Apex is doing, because it sounds like Apex is now the big bad of the movie. You know what I mean? Like, that's a big bad group.
Yeah.
So I can almost see Mecha-Godzilla being in Godzilla vs. Kong, and then later on they create Mecha King Ghidorah.
Right.
Which
And
would be absolutely dope.
I kind of get the vibe that this Apex group that we know nothing about other than they're probably going to have something to do with the Mecha-Titans.
Mm-hmm.
I would say
exactly.
They're probably not going to come into the forefront of the film until probably like the third act. I think that's pretty safe to say. And I really don't think we're going to see, if it really is Mecha Godzilla, I don't think we're going to see him until the third act. I think you might get glimpses. I think you might, it's obviously going to build up the fact that, you know, something's wrong. You know, there's a mecha, there's something coming besides Godzilla and Kong going at it. But I just thought that was really interesting. I wonder if, you know, maybe they do have plans for you know, for a film after Godzilla versus Kong, where it, you know, Mecha King Ghidorah is going to be the next big bad. I don't know.
I think it's a good possibility. I just realized that because that they haven't announced any new Godzilla movies or Monsterverse movies for that matter.
No, they haven't. This is
because
as far as we know, this is the last one.
Because Godzilla vs. Kong was announced like as King of the Monsters was coming out.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, hey, just let you know, like.
What were you gonna say?
I was like at this point, like, I don't know what's going to be happening because if they were smart, they would end up wanting to announce another one just so they know that they got more to look forward to. But it kind of makes sense because they want us to feel like one of them, like King Kong or Godzilla, is gonna die. And honestly, now that I keep thinking about it, with the whole Apex coming into the forefront, I
Mhm.
honestly think one of them may be not killed, but extremely hurt,
Right.
and they'll be out of the picture for a while. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
And I
I
think it
wonder
might
if
be Godzilla.
I wonder if G is really going to end up that hurt.
Yep, I
Here's the
do.
thing. Just like we talked about a few weeks ago, I I don't think that this is going to be the final MonsterVerse movie because it's making buku money. I mean, look at even what the Godzilla versus Kong trailer did in its opening day. I mean,
Yeah,
they
people are
know
low
that
key
people are going to
excited
pay
about
to
it.
see this. Yeah.
Hmm.
And again, it's about making money. Yes, they love the property. Yes, they love the fans, but they're going to make their money. That's their goal
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
it's a business. So I don't think this is going to be the last one. I think they are going to continue to make these, and I think they're going to have to kind of reinvent the wheel a little bit and switch around their formula. I don't. I think the film of Godzilla getting knocked down in the beginning and then coming back at the end. I think they need to change that a little bit. And I think with Godzilla versus Kong, they have an opportunity for Kong to kind of be in the forefront for a little bit if Godzilla really ends up hurt. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And
Yeah,
then
I know what you mean.
maybe the next film is Godzilla's redemption arc. You know what I mean? So
I
I'm
would
still
like to see
holding
that.
out. I'm still holding out. I hope that Kong and G both put the smackdown on whatever mecha or whatever big villain we get at the end of this. So
I think they're gonna get their ass smacked by it. I think I want to say you say it's gonna happen in the third act. I think it may happen
mm,
in the second act when they fight, and like this new mecha creature is gonna just absolutely lay the smackdown on both Godzilla versus Kong,
right.
and one of them is gonna get hurt. So that's pretty much the way I see it. I'm just basing that off of how how the formula worked in the other like series of Godzilla and the whole franchise for that matter, because they all follow the same formula pretty much. So I'm wondering if they're either going to follow that same formula or take a completely different route, because they pretty much have taken a different route to some degree, because Legendary has already changed so much of what is already canon with Godzilla.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
like the Oxygen Destroyer was introduced. Like
Yep.
I did not expect the Oxygen Destroyer to be introduced in that movie. I know they laid leaks,
I
but
remember
I
you
didn't know
being
that was
really
going to be
shocked when that
introduced.
happened.
Yeah, because that movie right there, that bomb right there is pretty much, it plants a seed for three other movies to come out in that franchise. So I'm
Right.
curious to see what they're going to do with it. But they may be doing like some little Marvel thing, because obviously they pioneered the whole Easter egg moving to a universe thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like they probably just planted that there so that for future movies they can be like, they could do a callback. Like, hey, remember when they launched this missile? Well, guess what? This is happening now, and this
Absolutely.
is the reason why. So I'm continuously excited, and I'm so glad this is a become a trending this like the Godzilla franchise has become trending again, because
Yeah.
it died out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think since 2000, I think it was 2004 or 5. That was like the final movie, and then 2014, like literally about 10 years later, they're like, "Hey, he's back in the spotlight," and everyone is psyched to see it.
Right. Well, and then the other kind of half of this that I found really interesting, again, coming to us from Comic Book, you guys are great over all of you at comicbook.com. Alex Garcia, who was a producer for the film, um,
Hmm.
in an interview, he was talking, and he said the movie opens on Skull Island, which has changed a lot in the 40-something years since we last saw it in Kong. When the movie first opens, we are witnessing the beginning of a really massive event, a massive mission that is being undertaken to stem this global threat. So I get the sense, even from that little beginning tidbit of his interview, something is already going to be wrong at the beginning of the
Hmm.
movie from the get-go. I don't think everything is going to be fine exactly how we left it at the end of King of the Monsters. I think something is going to be wrong from the very get-go. Um,
I mean,
and it's
something's already been wrong.
right.
Whenever,
And
because whenever King Ghidorah, like made his call and awoken all of them up, like, I mean, all the monsters are awake now at this point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the world's going to have to face that now. And they pretty much said that in King of the Monster. They said, hey, look, these Titans are coming back, and we got to figure out a way to coexist with them. And now
Yeah.
look at it. There's every single region's going to have a different Titan.
Yep. And Kong ignored the hell out of him.
He really did.
He said,
I don't know what
wake
it
me
is.
up, man.
I think
Wake me up.
Skull Island. I think Skull Island is like a dead zone. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe.
There's no reception there.
He doesn't get cell service there.
No, none at all.
Idea. But the producer goes on to say, we see that there are many Titans in the world, and Godzilla has been reinstated as the apex predator, and he's maintaining that balance. But as we come into this movie, Godzilla has been acting erratically for the last few months. Like you said in that trailer reaction, he's acting berserk. Like he's doing things, and even his movements and his personality, you could even say. His nature, he looks different. He's acting different. He's acting berserk. He's irrational. And he says, he's been attacking certain cities, facilities. Madison Russell, who is Millie Bobby Brown's character, she's really the advocate for Godzilla in this film. She spends the entirety of the film trying to vindicate Godzilla. She believes with all her heart that for a lot of personal reasons, that there must be a reason Godzilla is doing what she's doing. Or no, I'm sorry. That I'm messing up.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
That for a lot of personal and emotional reasons, that there must be a reason Godzilla is doing what she's doing. She believes that while he's not benevolent to us, that what he wants is good for all mankind, and that there must be some reason he's doing this. So yes. I don't know. It makes me question the plot. It makes me kind of curious a little bit more than I was before, because I think there's going to be something a little bit deeper going on than, well, suddenly Kong is in the forefront and Godzilla's like, who the hell are you? I'm not about this. I think it's going to be something way, 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 way deeper than just the fact that Godzilla and Kong have a rivalry. Now, when Skarsgård says, there was a war, I think there is going to be some subtext there between Godzilla and Kong. I think the two of them have history. But I don't think that's going to be the sole thing that makes them fight. If that makes sense.
No, it's not. I think it's like I'm almost certain the way it's going to go is pretty much, Apex is creating this new mechanized Titan, and Godzilla is aware of this, and that throws everything off balance. So he's currently facing mankind as the enemy now. So he's like, I need to put a stop to this. So it makes him seem he makes him see like the villain, but mankind is messing up the balance of the world because they're creating these mechanized Titans.
Right.
So people, the Kong advocates, I guess is the right way to say it, they are realizing Godzilla may just be going berserk. So they're realizing like, hey, we need someone else to bring balance, and it's Kong. So Kong is literally just like, just chilling Skull Island, and they're knocking on his door, like, hey, you got to help us.
They're recruiting him.
Like, yeah, like Kong's like, nah, I really don't want to. Because you can see on the boat that this man was terrified. He was like, why'd you guys take me out of my island?
Yeah.
Why'd you put me in this boat?
He's terrified, but he's also pissed at the same time. Like, what are you doing to me? But so yeah, those are two things that it really threw a wrench in my chain of how I've perceived this movie and my thoughts and my expectations. I think it's going to go a whole lot deeper than I was originally expecting. So again, I am beyond excited for this film.
Same.
So,
and we only got to wait a couple of weeks,
we don't have much. It's going to be this month soon. I mean, we're at the end of February, but we're right around the corner. So, all right, moving on. Real quick, I thought this was pretty cool.